Good afternoon, Facebook Live, and welcome to today's Food for Thought video. My name is Jodie Bunting, and in today's video we're talking about the Fast 800 recipe book. Now, I know I've mentioned it before in passing, but what we're going to do today is go through all my favourite recipes and recipe ideas. For those of you who don't know what the Fast 800 is, it was on TV last year. Michael Mosley, Dr. Michael Mosley, it's basically a weight loss plan where he gets you to eat 800 calories per day and you lose weight really fast. Not just fast, like really fast, okay? And basically his wife, who's a GP, has written the recipe book, and that obviously coincides with the actual book itself. Now, there's many different versions of these books. One's for diabetics and for guts and loads of different issues, but this is just the original one, which I think is the best. It's basically the red one. So what we're going to do is go through this today. There's many different ways to do the 800. I personally like to have 2 meals per day, one which is generally about 300 calories or 200, and my second meal is about 400 to 600. So that's how I do it. If you want to have your 300 meals a day, 3 meals a day, people are like, how can I possibly squeeze 800 calories in 3 meals? This book is going to show you guys. Now, you can tell by the picture on the front there. For those of you who follow my food stories on Instagram and Facebook, you probably see I eat quite a lot of veg. Now, the reason I eat quite a lot of veg is because you can get a lot of it for very few calories. And I'm not going to lie, this is the secret to success with the fast. You've got to really like vegetables. If you don't really like them and they're just okay, then the book is good because it will show you what to combine it with to make them taste good, which I find, for me, olive oil, coconut oil does the trick. Bit of real butter, salt and pepper. Wow. You know, I'm really impressed with some of my creations and how good they actually taste. But we're going to go through, as I said, this book, and hopefully it will give you some inspiration. I can just take vegetables on their own, as I said, with a little bit of oil, salt and pepper. But I know some of you out there are not fans of my meal. So hopefully today will give you some good ideas. And again, just to zoom in on that picture on the front there, it is a salmon piece, just a piece of salmon with some tomatoes and some broccoli. And again, it's just combining things like what you may class as bland veg with something really flavoursome like salmon. Because if you had a chicken breast, for instance, with just that veg, we all know how boring chicken breasts are, and they're just like taste of nothing. But combining veg, and literally when you have a piece of broccoli with a tiny itsy bitsy little bit of salmon, it's really going to bring out the flavour, and it's going to be so refreshing, those two together. Okay, so the book is split up, as all recipe books are, into different sections. Breakfast is one of the first ones. And I know a lot of you out there like porridges or grains for breakfast. So the good news is there is a good porridge recipe at the front here. Obviously, people in slimming clubs go straight for overnight oats. This is something a little bit more exciting. This is on the under 300 calories range, actually 265, and it's pear and cinnamon porridge. 30 grams of jumbo oats, and it's got the cinnamon in there, 75 ml of full fat milk, guys, so full fat milk. And that is, again, the secret to the 800 fast. It's not about eating loads and loads. It's about eating, like I said about the salmon, really flavoursome things, which are going to give your food's flavour, but also make you feel full. So that's why it's so important to stick with things like full fat when it does tell you to have full fat. And obviously you're getting the flavour there from the fresh pears. And also in here, you've got some flaked almonds as well, which is going to make you feel full. This is the most shocking thing about when you do a low-carb diet. You'll see that they replace the carbs with the fat, like things like nuts. And this is where you feel surprisingly full. Okay, next up. Now, this is one of my slimmers' favourite. Claire has got my whole group onto these from this book, and they are the blueberry pancakes. They do have wholemeal self-raising flour, 15 grams of porridge oats, 1 large egg, full fat milk, blueberries, and 2 teaspoons of rapeseed or coconut oil. Really simple to make, as you can hear by the ingredients. Real nice ingredients, and they're under the 300 calorie range. They are 284 calories. As you can see, it's quite a big portion. And the other really important thing, it's one of the things that is one person meals, because you know, a lot of the things, especially in this book as well as all other recipe books, I just hate the fact that you make like 4 portions or 8 portions and we all eat more than 1 portion. So again, I love about this book the fact that it does have some single portion recipes in. Okay, next one, what have I chosen? And it's just about fruit. So again, a lot of people, when Monday morning comes, I'm on a diet, I'll just start with fruit and yogurt. Yes, start with fruit and yogurt. But for instance, what she's added on this one, this is 190 calories. And a lot of people, when they have yogurt, and especially frozen fruit like they're recommending here, it just tastes a bit like, where's the sweetness? So what Claire's done here, Dr. Claire has done here, has added some pitted dates finely chopped. So again, that's really giving you that lovely sweetness from very few calories, because they're quite intense in flavour. And to be honest with you, if you don't even like them, because it's all mixed in with the other fruits, you're not going to taste that too much. So I did like that one. And then my other one, if you want something that looks visually spectacular in the morning and you've got time to make it, especially at weekends, a minty citrus salad. And all it is orange, pink grapefruit sliced up nicely with a little bit of fresh mint on the top, and then a little bit of yogurt to dip it in. That'll set you back 135 calories, like so low. And again, it actually looks like a plateful. And again, if you eat it with a fork, just one by one, dipping it in, we all know we're going to enjoy that. Right, next up, we're moving into, oh no, this is still the breakfast section. Eggs with spinach and mushrooms. Obviously, nutrition-wise, it's great. And there was a funny thing I shared about spinach the other day, which is like a bag turned into like, literally one of those massive bags of spinach you will find is probably what's on that plate. So spinach really does go so down, doesn't it? But this is 241 calories, and all it is 2 eggs. And remember what I said there about just bringing loads of veg in, because if you like your eggs runny like that, the flavour from that fat is going to give all that spinach that lovely flavour. I don't particularly think mushrooms need flavour, but if you do find mushrooms boring as well, then again the fat from the egg will tantalise your taste buds. Omelettes, I've literally had... Omelettes just make me think of last summer because I literally lived off them. So not much of a fan of omelettes these days. But again, a little twist on an omelette is this smoked salmon one. And like we said before from the front of the book, things like salmon, because they are so potent, you know, they're full of flavour, you don't need much when you're making it into an omelette. Add some fresh chives just to give it that little bit of texture as well. 339 calories for that one. So it's a little bit higher than the other breakfast, but well worth it. Next up, what did I choose here? Oh yeah, this is one of the famous ones from the actual book itself. I think there's a picture in the book. And this is just boiled eggs with long-stemmed soldiers. And what they recommend dipping in here are asparagus or the tender stem broccoli. So again, that can be really nice crunch. That will set you back 216 calories. Great. Okay, next up, this is this in the breakfast? It might be in the lunch section. I know Linda, one of my slimmers, she loves this one. Even her husband loves this. And this is the shakshuka. I think that's how you say it. And all it is basically is tomatoes, onions, a little bit of spice and peppers, and then you throw some eggs in when you bake it at the end. So again, a nice, simple, easy one. And most importantly, really tasty. So that is the good thing about tomatoes and onions. It will give whatever you're eating some taste. Bacon, broccoli and tomato and mushroom fry up. So again, if you like fry up for lunch or breakfast, nice idea. And again, it's all vegetables and just throw in that bit of bacon in just to give everything a little bit of flavour. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 144 calories. 144! Okay, shakes. I get a lot of questions asking me about what do you do with shakes. I've said it before, my secret is just to keep it simple. Don't mix too much veg, too much fruits in there. Ice berry shake here for 190 calories. Nutty banana shake, 214. Chocolate and strawberry. There's loads of different ideas in this book for shakes. Soups. And again, you wouldn't think of this at all when you're trying to do a low-calorie diet. This is a broccoli and blue cheese. But again, just having that tiny little bit of blue cheese will really give some flavour to those vegetables, the broccoli. And obviously in a soup, it will give the whole thing some lovely texture as well. Next up is Caesar salad. Now, I love Caesar salad. When you buy those bags of Caesar salad, I could literally just eat that all day. But yeah, this is a low calorie version. This is under 300 calories and it's spot on 300 calories. And obviously you haven't got the Parmesan cheese on there, but you have got some seeds on there to give it that nice texture. And obviously you're making your dressing from full fat Greek yogurt and you're putting in there the garlic and the herbs with a little bit of olive oil to give it that lovely richness. Okay, moving on, sushi. So homemade sushi. I'm still yet to try that. This is on my to-do list. I really want to do this because I do love sushi. And they're using brown rice, which obviously no restaurants or anything do, which makes it super simple. And they're using tuna as well to keep it nice and low calorie. And just dipped, you can see there, in something spicy is really lovely. Next up, this is also on my to make list. There's so many great things I haven't done on this book. This is the asparagus, pea and mint frittata. I love that word, frittata muffins. It's basically an omelette. Is a frittata. Famous for just adding loads of veg to it. This one, because you've got the pea and the mint there, this is obviously the big flavours that are going to make them taste nice. And I do like the idea of making them individually in the muffin cases, because obviously it's going to stop you overeating. And you are more likely to just to hold it and obviously keep it for a new day, or if you need to take it into work, anything like that. There's another good idea. Another frittata idea. Weight Watchers was famous for broccoli and salmon, but this is a nice one as well. This is a goat's cheese frittata. And again, a really strong cheese will really seep through that frittata, give it all some flavour. That one will set you back 294 calories. Omelettes, celeriac. We're going to talk about celeriac in a moment, but if you like Spanish omelettes, just switching your potatoes in an omelette for celeriac will cut the calories and also cut the carbs. That is 228 calories and will taste delicious. Pan-fried fish with lemon and parsley. So again, like we said earlier, using not necessarily high calorie pieces of fish, but using large pieces of white fish and mixing them with the spices. So for instance, the parsley and the lemon is going to give it that lovely flavour, and therefore you have got quite a lot of protein to eat with your vegetables. That one is 368 calories, and you can see it's quite a large portion, again, because it is a white fish there, or it's got lower calories. Now, I wanted to just mention this because when I was in Manchester last week and I was using the Ninja Fryer, the pressure cooker, I had loads of great recipes about one pot. And what I want to just say about that is that it's so simple just to cook a chicken in a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. Just put your vegetables underneath, and obviously the lovely fats that are going to be dripping out that chicken are going to be absorbed into the veg, and that's what's going to give it that lovely roast, lovely flavoursome taste. So don't underestimate the power of meat with its fat, because you use that fat and really roast the vegetables in those lovely juices. I'm just showing you that for the picture, to be honest with you. Turkey fajitas. I love fajitas. They're wrapping them here in leaves, so that's your alternative, which again is great to do. If the rest of the family are eating real tacos or the bread, then it can be tricky. But right, burger and chips. This is a homemade burger. They've used, what have they used here? Let me have a look what meat they've used. Yeah, they have used the 10% lean meat. So it's not the completely fat-free mince, but 10%. And they've combined it with celeriac chips. If you've not tried celeriac chips, they are amazing. As I said earlier, it's the alternative to potato, which is lower in calorie and lower in carbs, but really delicious. And again, serve that with some onion, tomato, lettuce. You know, just the boring veg, but when you combine it with some nice tasty beef and those lovely celeriac chips, I highly recommend that. 259 calories. So if you had the calories, you could even double up and have a massive burger and chips. So times that one till 2. And then we couldn't finish off without going to the sweet section. And this is called the occasional sweets, the occasional treats. So this isn't something, when you're trying to stick to 800 calories, you should try to stay away from sweet stuff, purely because it's going to play with your blood sugar. And most importantly, it's going to play with your mind. So you're just going to want to eat sweet stuff all the time once you start. So as an occasional treat, make your Saturday night, Ant and Decker on tonight. Maybe you'd like some cinnamon apple crisps to wash down a bit of Ant and Deck. These are just 81 calories per portion. And literally it's an apple sliced really, really thinly, baked in the oven, sprinkled with a little bit of cinnamon. There is a little bit of oil on there. They've used coconut oil, which obviously would taste great with the apple. Jill is trying. She's saying, great. Keep on trying, Jill. So those are cinnamon crisps, and I think I've got one more. Oh no, I've got 2 more. I chose these Seared Peaches. Now you'll find, like I said earlier, all these things are all based on vegetables, and obviously in the fruit section they're based on fruit. But I wanted to show you this because they've combined it with nuts, so you're getting that protein and the fats, and also the things that are going to make you feel full, and also a little bit of yogurt there as well. So again, it's how to make something that is quite healthy anyway, but the problem with fruit is after half an hour, you're going to be hungry again. So it's how to make yourself feel full. And obviously, especially in the winter, having something like hot is going to be delicious. And my final recipe for you today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is chocolate beetroot brownies. And literally you are getting brownies, it's all about the starch, isn't it? But you're actually getting that stodginess from the beetroot, the root vegetable here, which obviously is the best of the bad bunch when it comes to root vegetables. They're all generally quite high in calories and carbs in the vegetable family. But combining it with some cocoa, other things it's got lots of eggs in as well. Pitted dates has got a well for the sweetness. Then it also has some real flour in here and the bicarb to make it obviously rise. It's even got some plain dark chocolate in there as well. It sounds delicious, doesn't it? That comes in at 128 calories. Really? 128 calories? It must be because they are all really small portions. So again, what you could do, what I would suggest you do, guys, is literally like really cut down those ingredients and really make a small portion, especially if you haven't got mouths to feed that can help you eat it. Jill, where do you buy the book from? You missed it. This is the 800 recipe book. There is a link there for Amazon if you wanted to watch the Amazon. Go buy it on Amazon, but it's available at all bookstores. You'll see it in Tesco, Asda. Jill, you see it in Asda. You might be able to get a staff discount there. But as I said, it's not even for people who are doing the Fast 800. If you're just trying to lower your calorie intake, you're using MyFitnessPal, you're tracking your calories, and you're just trying to eat less. It gives you some really good ideas how to eat low calorie but nutritious food, and that is the real key to this. Right, guys, thank you for joining me. Oh, Jill's retired. Do you not get a retirement discount, Jill? Oh, Asda are a bit tight, aren't they? You lose your benefits straight away. Thank you for joining me. Give the video a like, share it if you think your friends will like it, and leave us a comment. What do you think about these recipes? Have you got any other low colour recipes that you would like to share? When this video ends, click on be notified when I'm live again. If you're watching over on youtube.com/Jodie Bunting, click on subscribe. And Jill definitely hasn't got a discount card now. Right, off to B&M with you, Jill. Right, goodbye everyone.